What's going on, Five Night friends? Ironcane here as your host for your weekly dose of Gacha news. Just like that, we're already in the month of March. Been working on the show for more than a year now, so I appreciate everyone watching. This week we got betas, new announcements, new games, collaborations, and more. As always, if you guys enjoyed the video, feel free to leave it a like, comment down below what story made you the most hype, and don't forget to subscribe to Five Night Gaming Mobile for all your mobile gaming needs. Now with that said, let's get right into this week's news. First up, we have Final Fantasy VII The First Soldier, which is now available in its second season. The new season includes a new Dragoon class, teleport materia, and the ability to fight Bahamut. When fighting Bahamut, players join forces to take the colossal summon on, affording its powerful moves like its spin attack and breath attacks. Upon its defeat, players will be rewarded with their own Bahamut summons, definitely making the challenge worth the effort. By adding the summon to their team, Bahamut will be able to launch attacks like Mega Flare and Dive Bomb. Like previously mentioned, the new class added is called the Dragoon class. It primarily focuses on melee combat, with players being able to take advantage of its lance and traversal abilities. Dragoon soldiers can launch themselves in the air freely, giving them the option to get the jump on foes or make a quick aerial escape. Mastering the Dragoon class means you'll have control of aerial and land movement, so try it out if you have what it takes. For login bonuses, players can receive a Bahamut themed skin for their Chocobo and some Shinra pack tickets. Hurry because these login rewards will only be available until the 9th of this month. Additionally, in celebration of the launch of Season 2, there's Cloud, Tifa, and Security Officer bundles up for grabs again for those who missed out. Also, be on the lookout for data that can be found in chests and in defeated monsters during battle. They'll allow you to acquire newly added Bahamut skins. For those unaware, Final Fantasy VII The First Soldier is a mobile battle royale set before the events of the original Final Fantasy VII. Like to try out the game and its second season yourself, the game is immediately available on Android and iOS devices worldwide. In this next story, it appears that for real this time, Tower Fantasy actually has verified accounts for Twitter and Facebook for global. Now what does this mean? Well, nothing officially, but hey, the developers wouldn't go through the trouble of verifying the accounts if they weren't planning on bringing the game over to global anytime soon. So potentially we may hear news about a global or worldwide release date of Tower Fantasy in the near future. And if we do, best believe we'll have the story on Gacha News. Now if you have no idea what I'm talking about, Tower Fantasy is an open world gacha set in a cyberpunk world. So think Genshin Impact but a futuristic aesthetic. It features puzzles and fast-paced combat. So if you're into open world RPGs, this title may be for you. Currently, it's only available for CN, but at this point, it seems like other versions are on the way. Tower Fantasy is immediately available on Android and iOS devices as well as PC for CN, and will release for global in the near future. Like gachas about sports, then you'll be happy to hear that Shironeko Golf is going to be having a simultaneous worldwide release this summer. This is the latest title in the Shironeko series since Shironeko Project and Shironeko Tennis. If you're unfamiliar with the series, don't sweat it. The game is more about giving players a real golf experience. Not too much has been revealed in terms of gameplay besides what was shown briefly in the trailer, but it's golf, so I'm pretty sure most of you know what to expect. The game is already up for pre-registration, and if players manage to hit the 300,000 milestone for registrations, everyone will receive Gacha currency, enough for 3 consecutive polls. To do so, check the game's official social media pages for more information. Shironeko Golf will be heading to Android and iOS devices this summer worldwide. For our last global story of the week, we have Alice Fiction. The mobile title is described as a role-playing game set in a virtual world known as Alice. For battles, players comprise teams of 4 and launch flashy attacks at their opponents. The game appears to be fast-paced with an emphasis on stringing combos. It was recently announced for global, and there's also a closed beta that's available to sign up for until the 10th of this month. And as a bonus, 20 beta testers will be rewarded with Amazon gift cards, which isn't a bad deal if you ask me. If you want the gift card or just want to try the game out yourself, act fast. There's only going to be 3,500 spots available for the beta, which is expected to begin later this month. Those interested in Alice Fiction are expected to get their hands on it this summer for Android and iOS devices. Starting us off for JP and Beyond this week is Octopath Traveler Champions of the Continent, which has just launched a collaboration with Nier Automata today. The crossover event is called Hacking Intent from Another World, and it'll feature an all-original story as well as pixel art character models for Androids 2B, 9S, and A2. 2B is classified as a swordswoman, 9S is a merchant, and A2 is a thief, with each character being fully voice acted by their original voice actor. All 3 units will appear in a step-up gacha, and every 5th step guarantees a pull of one of the units. Additionally, free pulls will be available from now until the 17th, which will allow you to get at least 1 copy of 9S. Lastly, players will be able to take commemorative photos of their party in the hacking area from Nier Automata. If you'd like to participate in the collaboration before it ends on the 17th of this month, Octopath Traveler Champions of the Continent is immediately available on Android and iOS devices for JP. If you're on the lookout for a new gacha to play, look no further than Tenkai Paradox 3D Tactics RPG. As you might have guessed from the title, the game is described as a 3D tactical RPG. The game has a heavy focus on strategy with easy to operate controls for all players, even for those who aren't as familiar with the genre. Players can make the monsters they fight their allies, and even inherit their characteristics in battle. These monsters can be customized and fight against other players to see whose monster is best. If 200,000 players pre-register, all users will be rewarded with 1,000 diamonds to summon with. And if everyone goes crazy on the pre-registration banner, even more rewards will be handed out, like more gacha currency, and for the person that goes the hardest on the banner, a gaming laptop. Tenkai Paradox 3D Tactics RPG is expected to release spring this year for Android and iOS devices for JP. Want some new content to play right now? Well, Chronicle just launched its collaboration with the Tales of series today. In the crossover event, 7 characters from the Tales of series will make special appearances as SSR units in the world of Chronicle in an original story. The characters coming include Raid the Hunter, Luke, a descendant of royalty, Tyr the warrior, Yuri, a skilled swordsman, Princess Estelle, aspiring knight Asbel, and lastly Sophie, a girl with no recollection of her past. For those that have never heard of Chronicle, it's a mobile RPG developed by Sega that claims to be the first ever line defense role-playing game to ever be created. To see if the game is worth the hype, or if you just want to check out the collaboration, Chronicle is immediately available on Android and iOS devices for JP. The last story for the week is one I definitely didn't expect. Apparently, there's a Transformers mobile AR game on the way called Transformers Alliance. Yep, you heard me right, it's an AR game similar to other games like Pokemon Go. Instead of capturing Transformers, in this title players will use space bridges to set up defenses and attack other players using the Transformers they've collected. The higher the level of the space bridge, the better the rewards after finishing a battle. Other features include an all-new story and the original voice actors of the Transformers from the animated series. The game is currently accepting pre-registrations for the open beta test. Doing so will get players in-game items like gacha tickets. And if players reach level 50 in the beta, they'll be given even more rewards when the game eventually releases. So if you'd like to pre-register yourself, check the game's official website and social media pages for more details. Transformers Alliance is expected to release on Android and iOS devices sometime this year, with no words of a Western release at this time. And that concludes this week's episode. Thanks as always for tuning in, and for the latest in everything gacha related and mobile gaming related, make sure to tune in for every episode of Gacha News. Take care guys, Iron out.